U.S. Treasury sanctions Tornado Cash. Are they coming for private coins next? Let's find out today. So you want a crypto? I'm Joe. We're not going to go too deep into all of these privacy coins, but our networks and everything else, but all of these are geared towards privacy, anonymity, and so on. And with the current U.S. Department of Treasury's Foreign Asset Control sanctioned virtual currency mixer Tornado Cash, which was allegedly used to launder more than $7 billion worth of virtual currency since its creation in 2019. This includes $455 million stolen by the Lazarus Group, a Democratic People's Republic of Korea state-sponsored hacking group that was sanctioned by the U.S. in 2019. Today, Treasury is sanctioning Tornado Cash, a virtual currency mixer that launders the proceeds of cybercrimes, including those committed against the victims in the United States. And this was the Undersecretary of the Treasury for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence. Despite public assurances otherwise, Tornado Cash has repeatedly failed to impose effective controls designed to stop it from laundering funds for malicious cyber actors on a regular basis and without basic measurements to address its risks. Treasury will continue to aggressively pursue actions against mixers that launder virtual currency for criminals and those who assist them. Tornado Cash is a virtual currency mixer that operates on the Ethereum blockchain and indiscriminately facilitates anonymous transactions by obfuscating their origin, destination, and counterparties. With no attempt to determine their origin, Tornado receives a variety of transactions and mixes them all together before transmitting them to their individual receipts. While the purported purpose is to increase privacy, mixers like Tornado are commonly used by illicit actors to launder funds, especially those stolen during significant heists. You can read through this. All the links will be in the description below, but some of these virtual currency mixers that assist criminals are a threat to the U.S. national security. Treasury will continue to investigate the use of mixers for illicit purposes and use its authorities to respond to illicit financing risks in the virtual currency ecosystem. And it's not just Blender. The one, let's see right here. The Treasury Department Office of Foreign Asset Control again sanctioned Blender.io, a North Korea-linked crypto mixing service that obfuscates the origin and destination of Bitcoin transactions on Friday. There's that word again. In adding Blender.io ETH and Bitcoin addresses, OFAC is seeking to block the service and its operators from tapping the global financial system. Friday's update listed 46 Bitcoin addresses and 12 Ether addresses. The Bitcoin addresses were all tied to Blender, while the ETH addresses were linked to the North Korean hacking group Lazarus. OFAC has previously sanctioned several other addresses and Lazarus itself on suspicion of stealing over $600 million worth of crypto from the play-to-earn game Axie Infinity's homebrewed sidechain Ronin. Today, the U.S. Department of Treasury Office, the OFAC, sanctioned virtual currency mixer Blender, which is used by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea to support its malicious cyber activities and money laundering of stolen virtual currencies. And this is a little bit different than crypto mixers and privacy coins. There is a difference. A crypto mixer, also known as a tumbler or blender, is a transaction mixing tool or service that anyone can use to obscure their crypto wallet's source of funds. Now, when we get into privacy coins are cryptocurrencies that use a variety of approaches to obscure IP addresses, wallet balances, and the flow of funds from public view. So they're not quite the same thing. And I just brought this up and pointed these key differences out because a lot of people kind of lump all of this into the same pile. They differ from crypto mixers in that they make financial privacy less of a feature and more of a product. As a result, they only provide privacy to transactions made in a specific currency. The two most are Zcash and Monero, and since its early stumble, Zcash has never really returned to its highs of 2017 bull market, currently ranks second to Monero. Monero is a privacy coin that offers financial anonymity through layers of privacy-enhanced blockchain encryption. Every transaction utilizes single-use stealth addresses to prevent the visibility of public address balances, so only the users with the wallet's private key can map its balances back to public address. It also uses ring signatures to obscure the source of funds in a transaction by including random addresses in the verification signature. And this is kind of important because in Canada, when they had the trucker convoy and stuff, and they sanctioned or whatever the wallets, some of those were Monero wallets, and they're trying to get away from being able to have that happen. Adoption challenges. Many competitors, including Secret Network and Oasis Network, argue that the reason for this lag in adoption is that privacy coins do not offer a base layer of privacy that can be used to build in Web3. 2020, Secret Network was the first privacy-based blockchain to enable smart contract programmability. It lives in the Cosmos ecosystem, is working toward a vision of Web3 privacy. And there's quite a bit more in this you can dig out in the article, but let's look at Monero's homepage real quick. I'm going to go ahead and just play this quick video.
To most people, financial privacy is very important. But banks, big corporations, and even governments are having their records compromised. The undeniable conclusion is there's no safe place to conduct private transactions. Well, there wasn't one, until now. Meet Monero. Monero is a secure, private, untraceable currency. With Monero, you are your own bank. Only you control and are responsible for your funds. Monero is private. This means businesses can keep their suppliers in secret, as well as citizens escape government repressions and nosy neighbors or crooks. Monero can also be selectively transparent, and you can choose who you want to see the transactions. Monero is dynamically scalable, which makes it very different from a Bitcoin. Also, the block reward will never drop below 0.3 XMR, and the nominal inflation will stay at 0.3 XMR per minute. Monero is decentralized. It has an active development community with more than 30 contributors. Take back control over your finances and start using Monero today. To most people, financial private.
So Monero. CipherTrace announces enhanced Monero tracing capabilities for government agencies and financial institutions. So the world's leading cryptocurrency compliance company, CipherTrace, has released enhanced Monero tracing visualization tools for qualified government agencies and financial institutions. Based on the research partially funded by the Department of Homeland Security Science and Technology Directorate, CipherTrace leads the cryptocurrency intelligence field with the launch of Monero tracing capabilities. CipherTrace takes Monero tracing capabilities to the next level with the ability to follow the flow of funds backwards from the transaction of interest to its source. The new enhancements offer customers the ability to prepare detailed visual reports to better trace suspicious activities. CipherTrace has applied for 2 US patents for their Monero tracing technology. Anyway, what this means is if you are using privacy coins, they're trying to figure out how to figure out who's doing that and why. And just because you're using them doesn't necessarily it's a nefarious purposes or anything like that. You could be trying to do it for many reputable and upstanding reasons, but still, people just don't like the whole idea that you can do stuff like this in the hush-hush quiet. Haven is basically, here, let's another video real quick.
What is Haven Protocol? Haven Protocol is an ecosystem of private, stable assets. It features the world's first private stablecoin, XUSD, built on Monero. XUSD is unlike any other stablecoin, algorithmic, decentralized, and private, controlled only by you, no third parties or middlemen. All transactions on the Haven network are kept completely private by using Monero privacy features. This includes stealth addresses and private transactions. Stablecoins on the Haven network are created using the base currency XHV. XHV serves as the collateral for Haven's private stablecoins. Haven has launched the following private stablecoins: US dollar, euro, British pound, Swiss franc, gold, silver, Australian dollar, Chinese yuan. Haven is also home to XBTC, a completely private asset that tracks the value of Bitcoin. Here's how Haven works. After you purchase XHV on an exchange, you can store it in your private wallet called the Haven Vault. Once stored on your vault, XHV can be exchanged for any of Haven's private stablecoins. When you decide to exchange XHV for XUSD, your XHV is destroyed or burned. The dollar value of your XHV is instantly converted or minted in XUSD in your private vault. The amount of XUSD you receive is determined by the market price of XHV at the time of your exchange. Here's an example. You would like to exchange 100 XHV for the private stablecoin XUSD. The market price of XHV is $5. After confirming the exchange in your vault, you would receive 500 XUSD. Haven's protocol ensures that $1 worth of XHV will always be instantly redeemed for 1 XUSD. It's that simple. You can then send your private XUSD to someone else's Haven vault, a vendor, or exchanges to trade. A few other things you should know about Haven. Haven uses a secure decentralized system called an oracle to determine the price of XHV and other assets on the network. This prevents manipulation of XHV's price by bad actors. 2. Haven has also implemented several security features, including variable time locks for XUSD exchanges and supply transparency to prevent attacks on the network. Haven is a revolution for your financial privacy. The world's first and only private stablecoin built on top of Monero. You can now store, transact, and protect your assets in complete privacy, all from your own private Haven vault. Haven.
So we got Haven built on Monero, where you can have your Haven vaults do private transactions, stable, no middleman, community owned. We get into Zcash, which was the second that they were talking about. Privacy, convenience. Zcash is a digital currency, fast and confidential with low fees. Perfect for mobile payments. Secret Network is the first mainnet blockchain with privacy-preserving smart contracts, launched in 2020. And this makes it possible to build apps that are decentralized and permissionless, yet still remain private. Privacy-preserving smart contracts, encrypted inputs, outputs, and state by default, transparency, underlying ledger, completely auditable. Why you need, and you can go through, but one thing I would watch is, this is a pretty good video right here from Secret Network on YouTube. I'll put the link below in the description. Kevin Smith's Secret interview. It's pretty inspirational, not just beyond like talking a little bit about Secret, which isn't really the point. It's more of just Kevin talking about the metaverse, his projects, and a lot of other things. And it's really interesting. And I did find it a little bit motivational, and I highly recommend you watch it. 40 minutes, but it is a little long. Oasis Foundation, a new era for blockchain. Oasis Network is the leading privacy-enabled and scalable Layer 1 blockchain network to propel Web3 forward. So this is Secret and Oasis are really pushing for that Web3. We're still into the privacy realm. All right, so Ethereum is I like this tweet, and that's why I brought this up, and we'll kind of break it down just barely. Ethereum is one-size-fits-all chain, but this doesn't work at scale. Dev teams use Polkadot substrate framework to build custom chains for specific uses vertically, such as the Khala network for DeFi, Phala network for privacy, Chainlink for oracles, and so on. So when we go, here's Phala network, privacy enhanced permissionless computing protocol. This is going to be on the Polkadot network. Khala network is the Kusama version, which is the Canary network for Polkadot, and Khala is going to be, is the Canary test for Phala. We have, and I'm not touching these very deep at all, I'm just showing that there's a lot of stuff people are still building, people are still using these, so I still think that there's quite a bit of room for some privacy coins. We're in a bear market, times are tough, people build, the strong ones survive. Some of these are probably going to be strong, some of these are going to be weak. It's going to be the ones, you got to dig in, find a community, and so on, that really strikes at what, your investment credentials and requirements are. So anyway, decree, nobody should know what you do with your money. See, that's the thing, is why do people have to know everything about your transactions on blockchain? We get that it's immutable and it's open and everything else, but sometimes you just don't want them to know. NuCypher, cryptographic infrastructure for privacy-preserving applications. They keep network, stake on Ethereum's first privacy computer, and earn up to privacy-focused infrastructure for the public blockchain. The Keep network allows private data to be used on public protocols without sacrificing confidentiality. You put them in little keeps and stuff. We have Pirate Chain, the most anonymous cryptocurrency, a truly pirate, decentralized blockchain. Coin RARRR. Verge, a secure and user-friendly digital currency built for everyday transactions. Dero is a general-purpose, private, and scalable decentralized application platform that allows developers to deploy powerful and unstoppable applications while users retain total control over their assets with complete privacy. There's a lot of projects. Grin, electronic transactions for all without censorship or restrictions, designed for the decades to come, not just for tomorrow, to be used by anyone, anywhere. Grin is a privacy-preserving digital currency built openly by developers distributed all over the world. Has no amounts and no addresses. It's not controlled by any company, foundation, or individual. Mimblewimble leverages cryptography to allow past transaction data to be removed with no compromise on security. Pivx, your rights, your protection, your funds. Experience the freedom of global digital cash with Shield user data protection. Be your own bank with full control of your digital assets. And the last one, I think, and this isn't all of them, these are just ones I kind of picked, some of them cherry picked, some of them on purpose, some of them just randomly. Privacy Coin, 100% private and secure. Privacy, PRCY, is a privacy blockchain with a focus on security, scalability, and total privacy. The PRCY protocol has been built in a fully autonomous staking coin and payment system. It works with a trustless governance structure based upon the latest privacy technologies. And again, I didn't touch on these very deep at all, but do privacy coins have a future after all of the stuff, this disaster that we're talking about, the crypto mixers shut down and all of that? And I would say that yes, they do. You can read through these articles and find out what you think. The impacts, some of them are maybe a little bit of bear market influence. Some of them will be FUD. Some of them will be this. Some of them will be that. But all in all, I still think that there is a future for some of these privacy coins, privacy projects, and everything else. What do you think? Leave a comment. And also, if you want to talk about this in person, ask questions, and do it live, come Twitter Spaces, Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Derbied one and myself will be chatting about many of these topics. So we hope to see you there. All right, if you found a little bit of value out of this and liked it or whatever, we always love the comments, the likes, subscribes, everything helps. And we'll see you on the next one. Remember, the more you crypto, the more you know. Have a great day.